As many of you know, for the past 16 or so years, I've been trying to reach out and to have some sort of a relationship with my daughter. I haven't seen her in over 16 years. And for those of you who have sent well wishes or tried to console me or comfort me or to say, yeah, one of these days she'll have questions and she'll reach out, she'll want to know who her father is, and I appreciate the sentiment, but you could not have been more wrong, unfortunately. Friday night I heard from my daughter, and I'll just say 16 years ago her mother broke my heart and has since by keeping me from knowing my daughter. And my daughter broke it again Friday night. Yeah, Jessica, I don't know who you are. And that's no fault of my own. I've tried. I've begged, I've pleaded, I've prayed. I'm sorry that you feel the way you do about me without really getting to know who I am. Because you obviously have no clue who I am either. Anyone that knows me or sees me with Isaac, they see that bond. Me and Isaac, I'm a good dad. Anyone that sees us will tell you the same. You just see it in our videos. You see it. You could have had that same father. You could have had that same relationship. Your mother was hell-bent against it. That's not me trash-talking your mom. I'm not bad-mouthing her. That's true. That's a true statement. That's what she did. Should I have told your brother he was adopted? No. But I apologized for it, had spoken to him since, and thought we had moved on. I don't know why it was brought up. That was like 8 years ago. But you're right. I had no business telling him that he was adopted. But it wasn't about Jonathan. I wanted to try to hurt your mother the same way she continues to hurt me to this day. Or she had up until Friday. Now I realize it's you. But yeah, what you can't do is determine someone's tone or mood from a text message. You will write something and think, oh yeah, they're going to think this is funny, and then turn around and they're cussing you out. Misinterpretation. That's what has happened in this case. Because I don't know how else to word my words. I'm disabled. I've got some problems up here in the old noggin, but yeah, when it was my grandmother's funeral, the only reason she didn't want to take you to the funeral is because she knew I would be there. And wanted to keep me from seeing you. And you from seeing me and your brother. Never took in consideration that I was there to mourn my grandmother's death. It was a very disrespectful thing to do. Not attend a funeral? Look, me and your mother, we weren't meant to be married. We had no business being married to begin with. We really didn't. Her sole purpose in being with me is so that she could have a child before she got to age 30. And once she got what she wanted, I was sleeping on Jonathan's bottom bunk. Okay? And the day you came home, what marriage I had to your mom was over, in essence. But that was no reason to keep me from loving my daughter or for her to know who I am. I don't think. I'm trying to rationalize her thought process in my head, and it makes about as much sense as, Donald Trump supporters. You can clearly see the man's a moron, but they defend him anyway. He clearly lies, but that's another topic. I just don't feel like I was given much of an opportunity, any bit of a chance. But I was at my grandmother's funeral with my toddler son, my 9-year-old son, who was 3, I think, then. Yeah, something like that. The only people that made a scene that day was Wendy Green and David Carter. That's it. Every time I'd walk into a door, they would theatrically dart out of another door. And everybody was looking at them like, what the hell is their problem? Their problem is that they hold on to hate, grudges. And you're right, I don't know you, because I wouldn't have thought you would have been that way towards me without even having gotten to know me. And yeah, it's your decision now not to see me. I know that. I respect it. I heard it, understood it. It registered. But your views on me are based on what you've heard from your parents, from your mother. You can deny that all you want to. I knew then, when you weren't at my grandmother's funeral, that I'd never see you in person again. And then I had my hopes up. I remember that one time you were going to come. Lisa had my hopes up. Isaac was excited too. And then you backed out. You decided not to come. And that was years before I knew your mother was engaged to whoever it was she's engaged to. So you can't say that was the reason why you didn't want to come. I get it. I understand being apprehensive about meeting a man you've never met and he's your dad. That's all I figured it was. I thought, well, maybe she'll come around. I was ever so hopeful. I had no business messaging your mother's fiance. But again, what you fail to see is a father just wanting any information about his daughter he could find. And I was cordial to the man. And I wasn't rude to him until his response to me. And he was on the attack, and so what do? Somebody shits on me, I turn right back and shit on them. If I didn't deserve it, I'm not going to tolerate it. I'm a disabled veteran. And I hope and wish you the best in the future. I hope and pray with everything I have that no one ever keeps you from seeing any of your children. I hope you never know what that pain is. And I'm sorry that you didn't want to know me. And the reason I'm making this video is to let this pipe dream I've had in my head of meeting you go. I'm letting go. I've been given a second chance at fatherhood with Isaac. And if you ever, are in a place mentally, or maturity, or whatever, to where you want to meet me or your brother, we'd welcome you with open arms. But I'm not going to talk to him about you. I refuse to allow him to be hurt by you. because he's innocent in all this. I'm sorry that it turned out the way it did. Like I said, if you ever do want to talk to me, you can unblock me on Facebook. My video channel here on YouTube will be the same 10 years from now, unless they've done away with YouTube. But I'm tired of crying in vain when it's never going to pay off anyway. Just sad to be told that we're not family. So, don't know what else to say, but this will be my last video greeting, or whatever I called the playlist. My last video greeting for Jessica. The whole exercise was pretty futile anyway.